Welcome back, Four Star Nation. It is time for the Four Star Sports Show College Pick'em. This week it's college basketball, as we know. Fellas, I was out last week. I enjoyed the show a lot. I don't know who at the beginning of the show made a comment that I don't follow college basketball.
Dude, I don't either. That was rude of whoever did that.
Man, yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
To
I think it's the
assume
guy.
somebody who has their own sports brand that we all run
Yeah,
doesn't know
yeah.
anything about college basketball is just blasphemous.
I think it was Will.
I
I
mean,
think Will did it.
blame it on the new guy. I get it. Trust me. That's funny. Yeah. I mean, a guy that it's literally started the four star sports media from the ground up, and yeah. I don't follow basketball anyway. We do follow college basketball here at Four Star Sports Media. Thank you to everybody watching right now. We are broadcasting to 7 different destinations right now on StreamYard. This is wild, guys. We got a Twitch going right now, Four Star Sports Media Twitch. We're on YouTube, Facebook, Inside the Hog Pen Facebook. We're on the Hog Trough Facebook, Four Star Sports Show Facebook, The Point Facebook, also at 4star.live. This is a exciting weekend, an exciting week coming up for us as a brand, and you as fans, I hope, are very excited for us too. Made a couple of posts today about some guys we got coming up on the show next week. We got Tony Siracusa from Last Word on Sports. We've got Rex Nelson from Ouachita Baptist University. I've got Sean Jackson coming on Friday to talk NFL draft. We've got Russell Copeland coming on. It's the list just really continues to grow daily, Brandon.
Yeah, and not only that, we just had Calvin Austin, who's going to be playing in the Senior Bowl this next week
Exactly.
on 20 minutes ago. So
Yeah, he did a great job.
Real.
It is, man. The buildup is real. We thank you to all of our fans for all your support, your love and support, watching us, listening to 4 or 5 goofballs on camera talk sports. Man, we have had a great time doing it in the year we've been around, and we are only going to get stronger in 2022. Got to give a shout out to our sponsor before we get going, BA Masks. Go buy and see them. BAMask.com, Alan McFerrin and Company have been forging the future of face masks in football, lacrosse, and more. You can get on there and create your own custom face mask. Also, if you're playing Madden, you can get on the new Madden and you can do a BA mask on Madden. That's pretty daggum awesome right now. They are BA. Guys, college basketball is in full swing. We're about halfway through the season at this point. Guys, I want to talk about a guy and a team real quick that's really impressed me, and that is Tommy Lloyd, the former Gonzaga assistant that is now the head coach at the University of Arizona. They are sitting at what I believe 16-2 at the moment, 17-9 on the season last year. But Brandon, when you talk about Gonzaga, you talk about Mark Few and the job that he has done there. I really wasn't expecting to see Mark Few start having a tree of coaches, but it looks like that tree's starting to grow a little bit.
Yeah, it does. He's got a lot of guys under him, and he's been at Gonzaga for a while now, but he's got a lot of guys under him that are just exciting young coaches. And I guess the reason that nobody really pays attention to Gonzaga is because it's so far, and I guess we're in the South, but it's so far in the Northwest. They're top 5 in and out, top 10 in and out every single year. And they landed number 1 recruit Chet Holmgren last year, and so much and so forth. But we really don't get to watch them on TV a whole lot. You get to watch them like preseason, and everything like that, but you don't really see them in the regular season, preseason tournaments like Maui Invitational, things like that. That's when you really get to see them, but you don't get to see them throughout the season because they're in just a terrible basketball conference, But it's weird because you know how good they are, but you don't know how good they're going to be come tournament time. So you never can tell with Gonzaga, but Mark Few's done an incredible job up there with his guys. He's got a lot of guys into the NBA. I cheer for one of them on the regular, two of them on the regular, Killian Tilly and Brandon Clark, who are both members of the Memphis Grizzlies. But yeah, man, he's done something special up there that I don't think many people thought would be possible at a place like Gonzaga.
Man, I tell you, when it comes to Gonzaga, I mean, even going back to my boy Stash, Adam Morrison, back in the day. Um,
You mean
they've
trash?
just no Stash.
Trash?
That man had a hell of a stash. He didn't
He was
make it in the
trash.
NBA. He didn't make it in the NBA. That boy had a hell of a stash.
Joey Dorsey
Um,
punked him.
he did. I agree. I agree. But when you look at Mark Few, Nathan, and you look at the job he's done, it seems like every single year Gonzaga's there. In some way, shape, or form, they're there. What do you think about the odds or the chances of Gonzaga making a jump in maybe some of this realignment that's happening in college football, college basketball as well? Could you see a team like a conference like the Big 12, for example, maybe, or maybe the Pac 10, maybe, for example, or Pac 12 for that matter? Why do they not reach out to Gonzaga and bring them in as I mean, they're a basketball school, but bring them in. I mean, they've got talent. They're kicking everybody's ass in their conference year in, year out. I think Mother St. Mary's, or whatever the school's named out there, Mount St. Mary's, whatever they're named, is like their biggest competition, it seems like.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I mean, it goes into one of those, like for instance, Notre Dame being in the Independence league and everything. I believe they was. I think they actually joined with the ACC now. Is that right? So Gonzaga is one of those teams that, yeah, it is strictly a basketball school. I mean, that's all they care about. That's football to them. I'm not really sure. I believe that sooner or later we'll start seeing a lot of these basketball schools jump into some of these alignments of these other conferences. Now, where they might jump into, there's no telling. I mean, they could go to Conference USA. I mean, they could go to American League. They could go wherever they feel is the right place for them. I'm sure they'd love to go to uh, the Big 12 or the ACC where they can play Duke and North Carolina, which would be a great matchup to me. Or they might swap over to the Pac-12 where they'll take on contenders like USC, Oregon, Arizona, you know, teams like that. But I mean, we could possibly see Gonzaga. I mean, with all this alignment, you already got Oklahoma, Texas making the jump. You got Cincinnati, Houston, and all them making the jump as well. So don't be surprised within the next few years you start seeing these basketball schools make jumps too to these other conferences, so they can get more of a you know better strength of schedule. And because when you look at Gonzaga's schedule, man, you're not really impressed. I mean, a lot of them are cupcakes and everything, so you'd like to see a better matchup with them instead of waiting to the NCAA tournament to see that. So hopefully we'll see a lot of these. Like I said, hopefully we'll see a lot of these basketball schools jump into the other conferences.
Yeah, most definitely. I completely agree. I know last week on the show, Will, who did an amazing job, by the way, brought up the question of most disappointing team in the
I think I
country,
carried Will.
most impressive. But is that a horn I hear tooting? Is that a horn I hear? No, okay, maybe not.
Here, horn.
But but
I just heard
we talked
facts.
about
I'm only
we
kidding.
heard
I'm only
about
kidding. Well, I love you.
we heard about disappointing teams, and of course we brought up Memphis. And we're gonna get into the games here in just a few minutes, and lo and behold, they're the first game on the list. But Brandon, I'll come to you when it comes to the University of Memphis. Um, on a national and local, for that matter, landscape, it's been a quote disappointing season thus far. But when you look at the way they fought against Tulsa the other night, you've got ECU coming to town tomorrow night. You just lost to them by a point, just a mere 11 days ago now. Um, Do you feel like there's maybe a little bit of momentum after that awesome press conference by Penny Hardaway going against the Memphis media that is just they've been that way for years. Um, but when you look at Memphis, I mean, do you see a little momentum possibly being built here?
I think they have to get healthy, man. That's number one, first and foremost. You get healthy, you can start winning more games. Penny, I mean, no team in college basketball is fully healthy at this point, and if you are, you must have God as your athletic trainer, just because that's just a pure blessing, especially in this COVID era right now. All these other teams dealing with COVID and everything like that, but no, I think I think they can go on a little run, and it's all pure health. And winning that game at Tulsa, and I talked about it on the point the other night. Winning that game at Tulsa was huge because you hadn't won there since Will Barton was a Memphis Tiger. It was the first game you won at Tulsa, I believe. It was since 2010. I think that's what they said. And that, which is just absurd to think about. And then you look at uh, the upcoming schedule. I mean, look, guys, I'm not going to sugarcoat things. If Memphis doesn't win out, they're not going to make the NCAA tournament. I don't care if you have 2 wins against Houston and 1 win against UCF. You have to win every single game that's on your schedule now if you want any chance of an at-large bid for the NCAA tournament. And for Penny to be successful in that little swing of things to get there, you got to get healthy. You have to get these guys bought in. And I think slowly but surely, you look at guys like Tyler Harris and Alex Lomax and guys like that, they're starting to buy in a little bit more. They're starting to get healthier. And I'm telling you right now, when Memphis is fully healthy and they're fully bought in, they're a dangerous team. Now, the fact of the matter is, will they continue to be bought in? Will they continue to stay healthy? We can only hope and pray that they do. And I know Penny Hardaway's hoping and praying more than anybody that they are. But yeah, man, the momentum right now is on your side. You got to win at a place that you haven't won at in a very, very long time. You're coming back home against, let's be honest, they're not a good team. East Carolina might have 10 plus wins on the season, but they're not good. They beat you on their home floor. And then their fans storm the court like they beat the number 1 team in the country. That's embarrassing.
I guess I missed that. They stormed the court after beating Memphis by a point.
Yes, they stormed the court after the buzzer beater. And funny story, I watched the Penny Hardaway show. I watched the Penny Hardaway show this week, and Dave Wallocian at the end of the Penny Hardaway show says, "Be sure not to storm the court." He got a little hit in at him. Wolo the goat over there, man. But yeah, man. As far as momentum goes, you get a win tomorrow. You can say you're trying to start a little win streak right there, and you go from there, and maybe this thing turns into something special. Maybe it doesn't. But the only way to find out is if you can be successful and win this game. So let's hope DeAndre Williams and Landers Nolly are back healthy tomorrow. I believe Jalen Duren might be out tomorrow. Don't quote me on that. I think I heard something about that. And then I know Jaden Hardaway will be out. But you got guys back like Alex Lomax. You got Chandler Lawson, who Penny said his vision on the court is just immense. Like, it helps immensely. And you go from there, and if Tyler Harris is hitting shots, y'all, it's gonna be a tough day to try to beat this Memphis Tigers team.
Yeah, I saw a stat about him that he was. Oh hell, I can't remember what it was now. He was in like the top 10, I believe, or top 5.
He's top 5 in the NCAA in 3-point shooting percentage.
That's exactly
he's shooting 49. He's shooting 49.9% from 3.
Wow, that's impressive. All right, guys, let's get into the games. We will start with a Thursday night matchup between the Memphis Tigers and the East Carolina Pirates. East Carolina comes into the game 11-7. Memphis comes in 10-8. It'll be on tomorrow night, 8 p.m. tip off on ESPN2. Tigers are a 13-point favorite in this game. I will take the Memphis Tigers in this game. I think Memphis will win by double digits as well. I really think losing to this team 11 days ago, we just talked about it. They stormed the freaking court. I think it's going to leave a little bit of a sour taste in this team's mouth. I think the way they fought back the other night against Tulsa in literally a tale of two halves, that second half Memphis team is a team that we've been wanting to see all season. We saw it during the Alabama game. We'll talk about Alabama here in a little bit. But when you look at this Memphis team, I really think that our momentum is starting to swing their way. And I really hope Penny Hardaway's got a good grip on this program right now, and he can take this momentum throughout the rest of the year. Brandon, what about you?
I think the Tigers beat their absolute hell out of ECU tomorrow night. I don't think it's close at all. East Carolina had their little moment when they rushed the court. I think Penny's pissed. I think the team's pissed at that. No excuse for you to rush the floor against an unranked team. Look, I know we're everybody's Super Bowl this year because all that hype was put around this program. And I'm telling you, if you can get it right, the hype can come right back. But yeah, I think ECU gets smoked tomorrow. Honestly, it could end up being a 20-point win for the Tigers, but give me in that 12 to 15 point range. Tigers get a win at home, and I'll be sitting courtside. Y'all come holler and listen for me.
Oh, I'm sure we'll be able to not only hear you, but probably see you as well. Nathan, I agree with Bum 110% right there. Tigers 12, 15 point range.
Yeah, no, I do too. I think Penny's all that little what I like to call rat poison hitting Penny and shit and stuff. I think he's over it. I think he's looking at the next big picture, and that's to prove a point that he can coach these guys and take them to the next level. And I think you're going to see the Tigers come out ready to go and a different mentality when they go into this game, because it's like I said, rushing the court on somebody. I mean, it kind of it does leave a sour taste in your mouth, and the fact that you get to play them again just makes it even better. So now you can shut all the people that doubt Penny up, and not just that, but you can prove to everybody that Memphis is, not defeated, just is not out of the hunt for the Final Four just yet. So I'm going to take
Completely
Memphis
agree.
in this one.
Completely agree, man. Completely agree. Up next, we got a Pac-12 matchup between 11-6 Stanford and number 15, 17-2 USC Trojans. Fight on, fight on. This game will be on tomorrow night, 10 p.m. on Fox Sports 1 for you late night basketball watchers. USC's 11-point favorite. I'm going to take USC in this game. USC has got a really good team this year. They're going to be a team to look out for come March for sure. Bum, what about you, man?
I think Memphis, or not Memphis. Sorry, I think USC just. I think they pound them. Don't get me wrong. I don't think Stanford's a bad team. I don't think that there's going to be a whole lot of scoring on that Stanford side. If Brevin Knight, our friend who is a Memphis Grizzlies commentator, watches this, I apologize, Brevin, but Stanford stinks. Boogie Ellis had a bad game the other night. I think he bounces back, has a big game, and I think USC gets a big win.
All right. Nathan, what about you, man?
Yeah, I'm going to go with USC as well. No doubt USC is going to have a good game in this game. I don't even think it's going to be even close. Give me USC by 20.
All right. Every year, guys, the SEC conference and the Pac-12 conference put on a Big 12 SEC challenge. Generally, the matchups are generally pretty good. This year is another stellar lineup as well. Maybe not necessarily for Alabama fans, but there's some really good matchups in this series, and we're going to go through it tonight. Starting Saturday morning, 11 a.m. tip on ESPN2. You got number 19 LSU Tigers. I thought Brandon was going to do his thing. Coming
Go
in at
Tigers.
15 and there it is. Coming in at 15 and 4. And TCU, and by the way, folks, that is not a recording. That is really Brandon. Then you got the TCU Horned Frogs coming in at 13 and 4. LSU has kind of had a little bit of some ripples in the water here recently. Lost to Arkansas, got trounced by Kentucky, beat Tennessee. Don't really know how good Tennessee is. But all that being said, give me LSU to get the win on the road down in Fort Worth. Nathan, what about you?
Yeah, I'm going to take LSU in this. They are a very elite team and can make a surprising run in the SEC tournament and the NCAA tournament if they make it. But they're a team that you cannot overlook. They got some elite players over there. They got shooters left and right. I know Alabama beat them just recently, but I mean that don't mean nothing in the SEC. So give me LSU winning this for the SEC.
All right, Bum, what about you?
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. All right. Up next, we've got
Also,
Oklahoma. Oh, go ahead.
the word good and Tennessee should never be associated with each other, so don't ever say that again.
True. All right. Up next, we've got 12 and 7 Oklahoma taking a trip down to Auburn, Alabama to take on the now number 1 ranked Auburn Tigers coming in at 19 and
Go
1.
Tigers.
I can't say enough about the job Bruce Pearl has done there. Let's go back and look at it, guys. Let's reminisce a little bit, if you will. When Bruce Pearl got to Auburn, Auburn was terrible. Now,
Come on,
we
man.
know Bruce Pearl came with we know Bruce Pearl came with a little bit of baggage. I mean, we all do. But Bruce Pearl, the job he's done at Auburn, has been absolutely incredible. They have now this is the first time in school history that Auburn is the number 1 ranked team in the country, and I think Auburn is going to absolutely throttle Oklahoma in what they call the jungle down there in Auburn. Brandon, what about you?
Well, the future Louisville head coach down there at Auburn is doing a great job. The Louisville coach, who's only at Auburn for just a short period of time, for now, up until the end of the season. After he makes a good run in the NCAA tournament and then officially signs to be the Louisville head basketball coach. I really think if you hadn't got the hint yet, I think Bruce Pearl's going to Louisville. After they fired Chris Mack today. But no, guys, I think that Auburn absolutely throttles, or as I like to say, and Will makes fun of me, train drags the Boomer Sooner thing, whatever they are.
It's a wagon.
Because do what?
It's a wagon.
Yeah, it's a wagon. The wagon wheels. They're gonna be saying, "Hey, Mama, rock me." After they go crying to their mamas after Auburn beats the hell out of them. It's not even going to be close, guys. I got Auburn big in this one.
I agree. Nathan, what about you, man?
As much as it pains me to say it, I got Auburn big. No contest. Give me Auburn in this.
All right. Up next, we've got neither one of these teams are ranked. 13 and 5 West Virginia, traveling up to Northwest Arkansas to the Hills to take on the Arkansas Razorbacks, coming in at 14 and 5 on the season. This is a 1 p.m. tip-off on ESPN2, and I don't see a line on this game at all. But Arkansas had a nice win at LSU. Turned it around with a nice win at Texas A&M the other night. Give me Arkansas to get the win in this game. I think it's going to be a little closer than maybe some Hog fans want to necessarily admit, but give me Arkansas to get a tough win at home against West Virginia. Brandon, what about you?
Huggy Bear's going to out-coach Musselman out of that gym. West Virginia, or Press Virginia, as I like to call them, is going to absolutely throttle the little piggies. They're going to be saying, this little piggy's going to the market. This little piggy stayed home. All that this weekend, West Virginia, Press Virginia, all the way. Huggy Bear absolutely murders them in Fayette Chill, as they like to say, because their basketball program's on ice because they can't go anywhere.
Nathan, what about you, man?
You know what? I'm gonna go opposite of Bum here. I'm gonna choose Arkansas. I think Musselman's gonna come in with this team ready to go, focused.
You're
on this
pronouncing
game.
it wrong. It's Arkansas.
Well,
Woo,
however you say
Razorbacks!
it, I'm gonna give it to Arkansas, man. Give me Arkansas.
Oh my gosh! All right, up next we've got number 4 Baylor Bears, Sickle, traveling down to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, to take on the Alabama Crimson Tide. Row Tide, row. Nathan,
First
you know
off,
why
wait,
they say?
no.
Hold on,
Oh,
easy. Hold on, hold on.
No.
Pop back on camera, quick as hell.
We ain't doing this. It's not. You don't pronounce it Tuscaloosa. You don't say that for. Yep. Okay, Brian Kelly. We're gonna start calling people Brian Kelly with a fake accent.
My family. Don't be talking about my family.
Don't be talking about my family.
It's not Brian.
You
over here talking
He
about
went
Brian
from
Kelly.
the most Midwestern accent to Forrest Gump real quick.
I know. Look, here's the thing. It's T-Town. It's T-Town, baby. Titletown. That's what
you know why
they.
You know why they shortened it? It's because Alabama they can't say Tuscaloosa. They can barely spell it, much less say it. I mean, let's be honest, Nathan. Hey, I'm just saying. You know why they say Row Tide is because they don't have any teeth, so they can't say L's.
You really want to get talking about states? Because we can talk states, man, if you want.
But let's get to the game. Let's get to the game.
I'll say it when I pick the game.
Baylor Bears traveling down to T-Town to take on the Alabama Crimson Tide at 13-7. Nathan, I'll start with you. Who are you going to take, man? Baylor or Alabama?
I'm gonna pick Alabama in this one. I think Nate Oates
really
fired them guys up. Yeah, I mean after that loss they just had to Georgia, that's a wake up call for them. And I think Nate Oates has them focused and ready to go for this Baylor. I'll go ahead and say it, this tough Baylor team. It's not going to be no blowout, and it's going to definitely be a close game. And but yeah, give me Alabama in this one for the upset.
All right. I'm going to take Baylor in this game. I may make some T-Town fans mad, but I think Baylor's going to roll all over Alabama. No pun intended. And you notice I said L's there, Brandon.
Yes, I did notice that you said L's there. All right, y'all want to know why the toothbrush wasn't invented in Alabama?
Go ahead.
Because if it was invented anywhere else except for Knoxville, Tennessee, it would be called the teeth brush.
So who are you taking?
I just wanted to say that joke. I'm taking Bama because I need them to win badly for the Tigers.
Very true. Now, I've never seen Nathan pop back on camera. For those of you listening at 4star.live right now, Nathan Wilson just sprung on camera when I said that. All right, up next, we've got the 10-8 Oklahoma State Sooners traveling down to Gainesville, Florida, to take on 12-7 Florida Gators. This game will take place 3 p.m.
Excuse me, you just said Oklahoma State Sooners?
Oh, my bad. I did.
Oklahoma State in Stillwater Cowboys would hate you right now.
Yes, they would.
They put you under one of those.
I apologize to both sets of fans, both Oklahoma Sooners and Oklahoma State Cowboys. I apologize. Oklahoma State Cowboys at 10-8, traveling down to Gainesville to take on the Florida Gators. 12-7, 3 p.m. tip on ESPN2. Give me Oklahoma State to get the win on the road down at Gainesville. What about you, Brandon?
Give me the fighting brick hands over there for the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Brick hands is a reference to former Memphis Tiger Musa Cisse.
All right. Go ahead, Nathan.
Yeah, give me Oklahoma State that is in Stillwater and known as the Cowboys, not the Sooners. With so yeah, give
I told
me
y'all he didn't know college basketball.
Oh my gosh. You gonna
No,
take
Bum,
Oklahoma
you're
State?
wrong. Bum, wait a minute, you're wrong. It was Will that said that, not you. Remember? Come on, man.
Oh yeah,
Blake
that guy.
said that.
Oh my gosh. All right, you gonna take Oklahoma State, Nathan?
Yeah, I'm taking the Cowboys.
Okay. All right, up next we've got the number 12 Kentucky Wildcats. It's coming in at 16-4. Traveling to the Fog, number 5 Kansas Jayhawks. Rock, Chalk, Jayhawk. Coming in at 17-2. 5 p.m. tip, ESPN. Give me Bill Self and Kansas to outcoach and get the win against John Caleb, Snakey, and Kentucky. Brandon, what about you?
I hope both teams lose, and there's like a massive blackout in the stadium, and that way they have to cancel the game.
10-4. All right. Nathan, what about you?
Yeah, I'm not I'm not even going to cheer for Calipari in this. Give me Kansas, no doubt.
I don't like either. Kansas ruined my childhood, and so did John Calipari.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Up next, we've got the Mississippi State Bulldogs.
Wait, Bum.
Oh gosh,
Bum, would you like to tell all of the viewers listening as to why Kansas ruined your childhood?
No,
No,
we're
I would
not
not.
even going to talk about it. Why would you?
Why would I
bring
do
up?
that? Why would
Yeah,
I do
what-
that?
Yeah. What?
Do you want to talk about the national championship 2 weeks ago? We can do that.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Hey, we can
Stetson
talk
Bennett.
about it. Hey, come
Yeah,
on back.
you have many more to overcome.
Yeah.
Hey,
You've
ready.
won one.
I'm ready for
You've
this
won
season.
several.
I'm ready for this
Yeah.
season.
The closest thing I have to a national title is Mississippi State winning the College World Series.
Well, you do have Memphis cheer.
Yes, that too.
Yes. Shout out Carol Cross. Mississippi State comes in at 13-6. Number 13 Texas Tech. Red Raiders comes in at 15-5. Give me Mississippi State to pull the upset on the road against the top 25 Texas Tech team. What about you, Nathan?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Bulldogs in this. They've been playing great ball here lately. Hell, they beat Alabama a few weeks ago. So give me Mississippi State in the.
All right, Bum.
Well, y'all know which way I'm going. My boy DJ Jeffries down there, man, they went into Kentucky, into Rupp, gave them a hell of a game the other night. I really think that State, I think Ben Howland's doing a good job down there with the Bulldogs this year, and I want to pick them to go to Lubbock and get a win. It's going to be tough. Give me like a 2-point edge out where State just scores 2 late in the game to win the game.
Okay. I'll tell you what, man. A lot of people, I didn't personally, but a lot of people questioned that hire when Mississippi State made it. Ben Howland.
I knew it would pay off over time because Howland's such a good coach. But it's been quite a while now, and it's taken him a little while. So, I mean,
it's been longer than you would think.
I think he got there. I want to say it was 4 or 5 years ago. And State growing up was pretty good at basketball for like Memphis and State. They weren't comparable because Memphis was going to the tournament making deep runs every year, but State was always making the tournament with Rick Stansbury as their head coach. Well, now State's trying to get back to that prominence where they make the tournament every year. And honestly, guys, they've made some noise in the SEC this year as far as basketball. And with the track record that the SEC tournament has being played in Nashville and everything, this year the SEC is so close, and I'm talking like close. And I know Georgia's not going to go out there and win the SEC tournament, but they just beat a pretty decent Alabama team. Mississippi State beat Alabama. They just contended really well against Kentucky. They beat LSU this year. I think Mississippi State could be a dark horse for the SEC. And I know I trash Arkansas. Arkansas's in the same boat. I trash Arkansas just to get a rise out of our fans. All of them should know that by now, but it's no ill will towards Arkansas. The only fan base I truly hate in the SEC is the University of Tennessee, and I will absolutely give them nothing. I think Rick Barnes is a terrible coach. I think he's a terrible human. He eats at Wendy's. He'd prefer Wendy's over Whataburger. That's the type of human that Rick Barnes is.
Oh, goodness. All right. Up next, we've got number 18, Tennessee. Speaking of Tennessee, going against Texas. So it's a battle of T's. Even though I do like Texas's burnt orange a hell of a lot better than UT's prison orange. 14-5 Tennessee, 15-5 Texas. Give me Texas, and I think Texas may do it big. Do it big. Nathan, what about you?
Yeah, I can't stand. I'm not going to say their name. Give me Texas in this one, and give me them big. The other team that wears the bright prison trash pickup orange can just needs to just go hunting or something and stay off the court, stay off the football field, stay off even the baseball field. The best teams in Tennessee is by far Memphis and Vanderbilt. I wouldn't even count the other ones from whatever that dumpster
UT
place.
Better than they are. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever that dumpster place is called up there. So that likes to throw trash on football fields, and their favorite product is mustard. So yeah, give me Texas in this.
Okay. Guys, let's make a quick transition.
I'm not even going to say anything because I'm glad you. I knew you passed over me on purpose, but
no, I want Bum to make the pick. Come on, Bum, make a pick.
No.
I mean, I kind of already did.
We already know. Let's not beat a dead horse here. We're gonna jump over to the NFL.
It's definitely dead.
We had some incredible games last weekend. Possibly some of the greatest games ever played. Now it is time for the conference championship. We're down to 4 in the NFL, fellas. It's been a long, grueling 17-game regular season and then now playoffs. 4 teams. Well, really, I'd say 2 teams for sure that I really didn't think would be here. And then you got 2 teams that I had a good idea they might be here, and that's the L.A. Rams and the Kansas City Chiefs. The 2 teams that I thought might be here. And the 2 teams that those two teams are going against, that's the San Francisco 49ers. Shout out Jimmy G. And the Cincinnati Bengals. Let me start with the Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow is this modern era's version. I would say he's creeping up on Montana-ish. And I know that may seem like a stretch. But the reason I say it is this. When you go back and look at the way Joe Montana just manipulated his way down the field, took what the defense gave him, made smart checkdowns, made great passes, made wide receivers look great, a la Jerry Rice and others. Not that Jerry Rice wasn't great. But when you look at Joe Burrow, during that game, his headset went out. He literally was calling plays from the playbook as a coach or offensive coordinator would, driving that team down the field and doing it cerebral. I mean, Brandon, do you think that's a stretch? I mean, I feel like some people are going to be like, wow, that's a major stretch. But when you look at Joe Burrow, man, he is so much fun to watch.
I don't think he's Joe Montana. I think he's just Joe freaking Burrow, dude.
True. I mean, I'm just saying the way he wills his team just reminds me of Montana.
Yeah, I could completely understand that. Those guys are just winners, man. It's a young group of winners. And you know what's funny is when it comes to Joe Burrow and watch his post-game interviews and his confidence, he not only has in himself but his team. and I know this is going to be like people are going to be like, "What kind of a comparison is this?" But it reminds me of Ricky Bobby and Talladega Nights. Dick, I'm the best there is. I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence. That's what
Yeah.
Joe Burrow is.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow is just nothing short of wanting to be excellent, night in and night out. And I, I honestly think, I honestly think that next year you're going to be hearing his name. I mean, look, dude just absolutely destroyed his knee last year, and
Yeah.
he's already in the running for MVP this year. If it wasn't for Brady and Rodgers, he'd probably be the MVP.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Um,
100%.
but I mean, and if you want to count postseason accolades and taking your team farther, give Joe Burrow the MVP. I have no problem with it. But guys, like this kid, dude, he just he's different. He's something we've never seen in the league before, and it's exciting to have him around. Um, it's exciting to be able to watch him play with not only the talent he has, but the young coaching staff that he has around him. Joe Shiesty, aka Joe Burr. Um, I think he's a hell of a football player, man, and he's going to be around for a long, long, long time.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. Let's get into the picks. We got Kansas City and Cincinnati. That is going to be a lot of fun to watch those two guys go at it. And of course, I'm talking about Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow. But Nathan, start with you on this one, man. You got Kansas City. Joe Burrow made a statement last week that he hadn't played in the NFL stadium. It's as loud as an SEC stadium, and I agree with that. But who you got, Cincinnati or Kansas City?
Man, this is tough. This is real tough. I love to cheer. I would love to see Joe Burrow and the Bengals go, but man, after seeing that Bills Chiefs game last weekend, Patrick Mahomes is on a whole new level. We have playoff Brady. This is playoff Mahomes. Tyreek Hill looks good. Travis Kelsey got his swag back. And then also you got Tyrann Mathieu being taken out with a concussion. I'm not sure if he's cleared to play in the Bengals game or not. But the Bengals have a young team, and I think they will make a run. It just won't be this year. I got Kansas City in this one. Andy Reid and Kansas City. They're going back to the Super Bowl.
All right, all right. Give me Cincinnati to get the win. I think this team is just a team destined to make a run this year. The way Joe Burrow and with Jamar Chase out there as well. By the way, I called that in our 2021 4-star Sports Media NFL draft last year. Not toot my own horn, but toot toot. But Brandon, when you look at this game, man, do you think Cincinnati's got the guns to pull it off?
They already pieced up their ass one time this year. Why can't they do it again? I think Joe Shiesty going to come out there. Jamar Chase, those young guns are going to come for the throat, and I think they're going to play a damn good game at Arrowhead. And I don't want to hear this BS. Arrowhead's different. It's not different. Joe Burrow played in front of hundreds of thousands of people in the SEC, and he pieced up people. He pieced up people's asses week in and week out with LSU. I think Joe Burrow goes into Arrowhead, laughs at how loud it is there because it's not going to be loud for his comparison, goes out there and just pieces up the Chiefs again. I think it's close, but I think Cincinnati's just too strong on the offensive end of the ball, and I think I honestly think the Chiefs are tired, and I know being tired at this point of the year is an excuse to some extent because it's the playoffs and you got to play your best football. I think they're tired after that just hellacious battle they just had with the Buffalo Bills. I think Cincinnati goes in there, squeaks it out, moves on to the Super Bowl. Excuse me,
Wow. All
the
right.
big
Speaking
game.
of, yeah, I
Now,
still
hey,
call it
bum,
Super
bum,
Bowl.
bum. Now let's tell the viewers the Cincinnati Bengals is your team now.
Well, well, that's until Sean Payton's the Dallas Cowboys head coach.
All right. Up next, we've got matchup to see who they will face in this big game. You've got the L.A. Rams hosting the San Francisco 49ers. Debo Samuel has been an absolute nightmare for defensive coordinators this year. The way that Kyle Shanahan has been using him out there has been just beautiful to see. And give me San Francisco to go in, get the win, and then I would assume they would have to go on the well, I mean, that matchup between Cincinnati and San Francisco, I think, would be great. That's what I want to see, and I think it would be good for the NFL to see a matchup like that in the big game, not Super Bowl. Brandon, what about you?
Uh, I'm kind of biased against the Rams right now because they've buried my guy Darrell Henderson down the depth chart. They brought Cam Akers back, coming off of a torn ACL. He fumbled twice last week, and I know Henderson's coming off of an injury in the COVID list, but there's no reason to not be playing a guy who scored 9 touchdowns for you this season and was one of your all-purpose yards leaders. That being said, this 49ers defense is just filthy, top to bottom.
Yeah.
They just beat Dak Prescott, who had one of the most explosive offenses in all of the NFL this year, in my Dallas Cowboys. And then they just
He
beat.
said my Dallas Cowboys.
Excuse me. That was very rude of me to do on air, and I apologize. I burped. But I really think this game is so weird because the 49ers defense has been so good this year. You know what? Give me a feel-good story. Give me Matthew Stafford going to his first ever Super Bowl and losing to Joe Burrow in the Super Bowl to be basically the passing of the torch. You're getting towards the end of the Tom Brady era. You're getting towards the end of the Aaron Rodgers era. There's no more Peyton Manning. I mean, Matthew Stafford's not really. I mean, he's going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback, but he's also had just Hall of Fame after Hall of Fame wide receiver. Give me the Rams in this game. I think Odell Beckham Jr. outpowers them. I think Cooper Kupp, who is probably one of the most fun seasons that I've watched in a long time out of any player, especially at the receiver position.
He is a lot of fun to watch.
Oh, he's so much fun to watch. I mean, you saw that last drive against the Buccaneers last week. So
Yeah.
give me the Rams in this one. I think they move on to the Super Bowl, face the Bengals, and then I think Joe Shiesty and Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and Joe Mixon, those guys over there in Cincinnati get a Super Bowl championship. If anybody deserves it, the Bengals fan base deserves to celebrate a Super Bowl. But if anybody deserves it as a player that's in the NFL, it is absolutely Matthew Stafford.
I agree with that statement. Nathan, what about you, man?
Georgia fans wouldn't know how to act.
Look, in this matchup, yeah, there's a lot of things that you got to look at. San Francisco not only beat the Cowboys, but they also beat the Green Bay Packers, who, quite frankly, had one of the top offenses in this year. And with all that said, as I'm just going to go ahead and call this, Aaron Rodgers also leaves Green Bay and goes and plays for the Steelers. I'm just going to go ahead and put that out there.
Hot take.
Hot take. But also, I'm going to go with Matt Stafford. Yeah, there's a lot of turnovers in that game. And I believe that San Francisco will capitalize on those turnovers, but it won't be enough the Rams are too loaded, man. They're loaded on both sides of the field. And Cup, dude, he is an outstanding wide receiver. Just an incredible athlete. And Matt Stafford, he's a good quarterback. He didn't have this is his first chance to get somewhere. Because he couldn't do nothing with the Detroit Lions.
Lions fans are going to celebrate like they won the Super Bowl if Matthew
Yeah.
Stafford just goes to the Super Bowl.
They're gonna pull
as they should.
Absolutely.
What they're gonna do, they're gonna pull a UCF and claim the Super Bowl for themselves. So it's Matt Stafford.
Nah, I don't. Lions fans aren't that dumb. They've been through enough pain.
But look, but my thing is, it's gonna be LA getting the win. It's gonna be in the new Rams Stadium and all this. It's gonna be LA against Kansas City. It's gonna be the matchup. I know a lot of people want to see, a lot of people don't want to see, a lot of people want to see Cincinnati, but I see Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs taking on the LA Rams and Matt Stafford. But I see Patrick Mahomes getting that Super Bowl win though.
Nathan, you continue to say that it's a home game for the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to stop you here.
Okay.
The 49ers are what's going to sell that stadium out. The Rams don't sell tickets. The Rams don't have a fan base in LA. They have fans, but they don't have a fan base.
Well,
technically, they're new to LA. They lost their fan base when they left the city of St. Louis.
Well, yeah,
you won 2 Super Bowls and you treated a city like St. Louis, an incredible sports city. Maybe I'm a bit biased because I'm a Blues and Cardinals fan. But,
go Blues.
Yeah, go Blues. Go Cards too.
Yeah,
but they treated a city that, treated them with love and respect. They just sucked, and that's why nobody supported them. But Stan Kroenke up and left the city of St. Louis and was like, "Oh, I can make a brand new stadium out in L.A. Well, I'm doing that because this team's garbage. Nobody supports me here." The reason nobody supported you here is because you didn't support the community of St. Louis. And if I know anything about the 314, it is the fact that those people love everything. They're similar to Memphis. It's the Midwest Memphis. They love everything about their city, and it's definitely it's not going to be a home game for the Rams. I can promise you that. 49ers fan base in the entire state of California is just way too big. It was a home game for the 49ers the other day when they played in Dallas. Their fans traveled all the way to Green Bay to freeze their asses off in the frozen tundra in 1-degree temperatures to watch them beat Aaron Rodgers. You know what? I'm flipping my pick. Give me the 49ers in this one.
Well, look, I want to
talk himself into it.
He did. I want to say this, though. Even though they're not in it no more, I will say this. Bills Mafia, that fan base, don't be down because
they'll be right back next year.
Yeah, y'all proved that y'all will be right back. Y'all can jump through tables then and just save the tables up for next year because it will definitely be a run for the Bills next year.
As long as it's not up to a coin toss for them to jump onto a table, I think they're going to continue to jump onto them.
By the way, that's my next thing. Guys,
we need to talk about that.
Yeah, all right, here we go. I'm going to bring it up. You've got the college overtime, which everybody knows the rules and regulations of it. Then you got the NFL overtime. Do you guys think that they should switch over and look at the college overtime and make it the way the NFL is?
Simple answer, yes. Also, I think that the college game should implement the same rule as the NFL, where if a player goes down and he's not touched, he's not down. Because you see too many times in college where you'll have a guy and he's gone. He is absolutely gone, and the turf monster gets him. Go ahead, Brandon.
The number one rule for me that I'd change in the NFL is the 2-foot rule. The 1-foot rule in college, these guys just make phenomenal catches. Imagine professional guys just like Odell Beckham Jr. or guys like that making catches like that. But my second thing is you think about an overtime rule that is going to allow 2 possessions of the ball. One, the team that both those teams had momentum. Nobody was stopping either offense.
Right.
except for the offense themselves. Those defenses were gassed. It was into question, into story. Instead of putting it at the 25-yard line, like you do in college, put it at the 40 or the 35-yard line. Add 10 or 15 extra yards to it. Go from there. Let those guys go out there and play. Fans are so tired. And look, we've seen it time after time. Tim Tebow to Demaryius Thomas, 75-yard touchdown pass to the house against the Steelers to win in the playoffs. You know, that was really cool moments. But it doesn't mean anything if the other team doesn't get a possession with the ball. I mean, that's the thing about professional football. Professional football, if it doesn't allow you a possession to at least try to tie the game or win the game, then what's the point? There's no point behind it, you know? Let both teams have a possession, show themselves a chance. Let them go out there. The NFL likes money. That's just going to make them more money if they're on TV longer. So Let them play the game. Let them play the game.
Completely agree. I completely agree. Just to give a quick schedule update for you guys, tomorrow night Christian Johnson will be live. I believe it's 6 o'clock Friday night, and that's with the Hog Trough. Razorback Zach will be joining them tomorrow night to talk all things Arkansas Razorbacks. And then Razorback Zach will be on Friday night to also talk all things Razorback as well. And then starting on Monday from 8 to 10, Monday morning through Saturday morning, Brandon and I will be live on all of our social media platforms and also at 4star.live from Mobile, Alabama at the Senior Bowl. Got a great lineup of guests lined up, and then we will also be on the other shows as well to talk about practice and everything going on down there. It's going to be a lot of fun next week. We are excited. We hope that you as 4-Star Nation are excited as well. We look forward to bringing you great content from down there, and we look forward to next year having the whole crew down there so we can just tackle this thing as one big crew for the whole week. It's going to be a lot of fun. But for Nathan Wilson and Brandon Bumgarner, I am Wes Pruitt. You've been watching you've been watching the 4-Star Sports Show College Pick'em tonight / NFL Pick'em on a special Wednesday, January 26, 2022 edition. We are out. Be back tomorrow night for Christian Johnston and the Hog Trough.
Go Tigers.